Shalom everyone, I'm going to continue the series of this awesome Daf Yomi. We are on page 21, Chaf Aleph respectively, of a Masechet Kiddushin. As you can see, I've got my toolkit out and something called an owl, A-W-L, which we're going to learn about all in today's page inside this fantastic Talmud, inside a fantastic Gemara. We've been talking all about servants, Jewish servants that might have caused like some sort of robbery or owes money or whatever it might have been back in the Talmudic times, and he would be destined for servitude for up till 6 years, and 7th year he's going to be free. But friends, it's going to be a case over here where he might want to stay on and continue working after the 7th year. He might decide he wants to. The conditions are fantastic. He's got very good terms and everything else. He likes a master a lot. And it's a fantastic time. Why should he now go back into freedom, let's just say? So the Torah speaks very strongly about it in Parashat Mishpatim in the middle of Sefer Shemot. And obviously it is very displeased about it. And what would be the consequence with regards to this is that they would get the toolkit out. It's related over in Parashat Shemot. And they'd get some sort of owl, this like some sort of screw. And they would have to put on the ear like a piercing by the door next to where the mezuzot would be, and it will be like a siman, some sort of sign that this piercing would be that he has forsaken now becoming a free person to serve Hashem and keep the full 613 mitzvot in full, and he's decided to work for his master instead and to continue all this avodah. And it's spoken very harshly with regards to it. But friends, an owl, A-W-L, something similar to a screw, let's just say. It's not exactly this. How do you say this in Hebrew? It's called martseya. And martseya, we know we've been learning various different shirim so far about numerical values inside the Talmud and inside the Torah. That's got some sort of massive significance. So the numerical value of martseya, which is an owl, which you can do to pierce the ear over here, is 400. And this 400 is not a tasty number inside the Torah overall. It's seen as not such good connotation whatsoever. And just this name itself is going to do the piercing, and it's got the gematria of 400. It's showing Hashem's distaste at a person's forsaking keeping all the mitzvot, and it's just going to work for the master. He's not going to be free now to serve Hashem. He's just going to continue working for the Eved. And number 400 was seen as a bad connotation all throughout Torah. I'll give you some examples, friends. 400 years the Jewish people were enslaved in Egypt. We know that before. There was the Yetziat Mitzrayim, and eventually they would go to the Midbar and receive the Torah at Mount Sinai. That was 400 years. Bad connotation. There was 400 men that was walking with Esau and his men. And when they wanted to come and siege a war against Jacob and his 12 tribes, that was another bad connotation, 400. There was two quite nasty people related over in the Talmud that did a wager against Hillel, to get Hillel angry. One of them said, I can get Hillel angry, I bet you 400 zuz. The other said, no, you can't. I'll bet you another 400 zuz. And they didn't succeed in getting angry about that number 400 there again. We know that Ephron Achiti, we learn in Parshat Chayei, he told Abraham, as I related over only, I think in the Daf Bet, the story with regards to him in the Agadata, that he actually he told Abraham, you can have this Marat Machpelah, this is a kever, which he would bury Sarah eventually. What is it between us? It's friends. I give it to you. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. And then he charged 400 zuz to sell that kever to Abraham, which was, according to the Talmudists and to the commentators, an exorbitant sum of money, that 400 zuz was. So 400, we see all over. It's a blueprint of something that's not necessarily, it's very unfavorable in the Torah. And the martseya over here, this owl over here, which is related over inside the Daf, has got the gematria of 400 itself. And we know that Hashem wasn't happy, and that was like sort of a retribution. He's got to do this sort of procedure in order to show that he's forsaken the mitzvot of Hashem. So guys, I want to wish you all a fantastic day. This is Masechet Kiddushin, page 21, Chaf Aleph. Please listen to the daily videos, every day Daf Yomi. I've done it since Masechet Ketuvot, and just brachot from Israel. And we're all free to serve Hashem. We've got every minute we can try and keep as much mitzvot as possible. Have a great day, and Shabbat Shalom for tomorrow night.